3 weeks or 4 weeks after the release of In Search of Pink Flamingo, I realized I was battling anxiety. Yes, I was battling anxiety because I felt like I needed to know, I know I had to put on a facade. That was it. That I needed to be able to show others that other persons that I was no longer struggling with the things that I talked about in the book, and that as a leader and as somebody who was speaking to them and everything, that I was now okay. And so it was no wonder that as persons started telling me how the book was impacting their lives and everything, that I sat on the phone with my friend one day and literally almost broke down crying because of the weight of that sense of responsibility that came with having written something that was changing lives, and people had a lot of questions for me and everything. A couple days ago, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, more of a mentee. And the mentee said something that visibly made me cringe because it is something that I've had to work on a lot, because I hear so many times persons will be like, Shanielle, you've written a book about boundaries, you've written a book about being your flamingo self, you've written a book about owning your God identity, and therefore you cannot relate to me because you are not experiencing the same struggles that I have. And I, the friend said a version of that to me because I shared with the friend that I was reading a book called Confessions of a Prior Slacker 1, and that the Lord was talking to me about Abide 2. And the friend was like, it is so comforting to recognize that the Lord is speaking to you about those same things that He's speaking to me. And I said to the friend, as I've said to other persons, that not because you're at level, I said to them, I see growth. I'm always growing. I see growth as a never ending thing. And so no matter the fact that that person or you may be at level 4 and I am at level 6, it doesn't mean that I don't experience the same things. I experience the same things in a different way. And so for me, you are level 4 experiencing anxiety, learning to deal with anxiety will be a different form of me at level 6 learning to deal with anxiety. Because I've already mastered the level, it doesn't mean that I don't have other internal struggles that I now need to confront, right? Having mastered level 4 reveals more things for me. Lord reveals more things for me to deal with, right? And so I remember my friend looked at me and was pretty like, they got it. And it made me think about leaders and how a lot of times as leaders, we are afraid to say we don't know. We are afraid to say that, hey, we too are struggling. We're afraid to say that we don't have it figured out. And that there are new nuances to what we're experiencing and what we have already gone through that we're now experiences. And some of us may not even recognize that because we felt that because we have overcome something, we shouldn't have to deal with it anymore, or people expect us not to have to deal with anymore. And I wanted to encourage you today, my Pink Flamingo friend, that new levels are new opportunities for growth. New levels are new opportunities for things that we need to learn. And don't get caught up in the need for perfection. Don't get caught up in the need for don't let anxiety and don't let pride become the sitting place that actually stops you from your ability to grow, your ability to learn, your ability to uncover new facets of yourself, because you're like, oh, I've already gone beyond this and I should not be experiencing this anymore. Be okay saying you don't know. Be okay recognizing that you're still growing, and that's okay. Because the truth of the matter is, even someone, when you're in a game and you've passed level 5 and you move on to level 6, you're back, you're a beginner again. You have to walk the path of level 6 in order to get to level 7. So, Pink Flamingo friend, keep growing. Be okay with being a beginner again, because you're always learning and you're always growing. And that's what makes you human.